Hello everybody, Dokkan Assets here. Today we are back with another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle news slash discussion video. Now, y'all know nowadays I am usually not the one making these news flash type of videos. It's just not my thing anymore. I was kind of feeling it for a while, but I think a bunch of the other homies have it on lockdown, and besides, I already am usually doing the assets when we get new news, so it's usually not my thing. But this particular piece of news is kind of bigger than I think everybody realizes that it is, for a couple of reasons that we're going to get into here today. And I wanted to discuss this because I personally feel like that this is a huge turn of events for just Dokkan in general. Okay, so if you are unaware, it was just announced in the JP News that the next Dokkan Fest is going to be a Super Vegeta. Now, funny enough with this screenshot here, I literally was just logging into JP for the day. I just had come home from the gym and finished dinner and was, going to, take a shower and all that stuff. And I was logging to JP and then I saw this and I was genuinely confused because I was like, wait, I know we're supposed to be getting the new Dokkan Fest, info or teaser soon, but, that's Super Vegeta, not Baby. And obviously, all of the leaks, if you've been keeping up with that sort of thing, have been saying from literally everybody and their mother that Baby is going to be the next Dokkan Fest. I'll even show you the original tweet from iSeriously when we get to that in a little bit. This was confirmed by Garesh to actually be a Dokkan Fest. As you can see here, if we click on this tweet, I also just dropped the image here, so if people didn't see it yet, but he confirms that on the text on the actual image, which would probably be down here, right? Because this is obviously just like a quote from Vegeta, that Super Vegeta is going to be the next Dokkan Fest coming to JP Dokkan. Now, obviously, like I was saying, this kind of took people by surprise because, of course, all of the leaks were saying that I had to make the funny here, by the way, but all of the leaks, of course, were saying that we were going to get Baby. Now, even I seriously, right? Let me go ahead and find the original tweet from our man here. So, essentially, if you're confused with the context of this, basically, I seriously said that there's just like, I don't know the full context by like what the actual voting thing is, but it was some kind of rap showdown, I guess, where these two particular rappers were in a battle against each other. And then basically I seriously said if this particular rapper won, then he would release the next Dokkan Fest as like a teaser tweet, right, to just kind of tell us who it was. And it turns out that the person who he said if they won, then he would reveal it, and it ended up being that guy. And then we got Baby. A very wishy-washy explanation, but you get the point, right? So, here's the thing that is important about this. I seriously has never been wrong. And when I say never, I don't mean like one time he was wrong. I don't mean like, a couple of times he kind of, goofed it up. I mean, this man has never been wrong about a leak ever. This is unprecedented in the history of this community. Now, again, I know the Dokkan Assets account has only been around since 2019, but if you come by the streams, you would know that I've been playing Dokkan for a long time, and obviously I've been a part of the community for a long time, and so I've been following iSeriously for a very long time as well, and he has never been wrong. Not once in this entire... Well, how long has he been on the platform, actually? How long is his Twitter account? October 2017. I don't know if he's been doing Dokkan since that long. But nonetheless, right? A long time. Now, he tweeted out this as a little apology tweet. This is the first time that this has happened to me. I will double check my sources next time and make sure this doesn't happen again. I am very sorry. Thankfully, it seems like a lot of the comments are all good with our boy, which is very glad to see that the community is still being very positive, because I know sometimes when it comes to leaks, people can be very critical of leakers when they get something wrong. And I think that that is something important to keep in mind when it does come to leaks. Even with somebody like iSeriously, right, who, like we have established, is quite literally never wrong when it comes to leaks. Leaks should always be taken with a grain of salt, no matter what, no matter who they come from, until they are either obviously added into the game's official news or, of course, added into the game's files, right? Leaks should always, always, always be taken with a grain of salt, and I think that that is one thing that we forget all the time, right? When we see these leaks and we're just like, we just take them at face value and like, yep, that's what's coming. But we have to remember that anything can change, right? And so, again, with the boy, iSeriously, go show the man some love. Obviously, not everybody gets it right every single time. But this does leave me wondering, and this does leave me theorizing. Because, like I said, since this has never happened before, this has really kind of got me scratching my head. Because I'm wondering, does this mean that Bandai is watching even more heavily? Does this mean that the people who are iSeriously sources got this wrong? Does this mean that Bandai and Akatsuki are watching the community? I mean, we already know that they are partially watching the community. We've known that some of the Dokkan devs have visited the Dokkan Reddit before. But this is like, this almost makes me think that, oh, they saw that Baby was going to be released, and then they switched it up to goof on us. I don't know if that's leaning too big into conspiracy theory. Again, this is supposed to be a discussion video. The only piece of news that we have is quite literally just the Super Vegeta part of this video, right? But it really makes me curious because, like I said, we've never had something like this happen before. So, obviously, there isn't really any way to prove that they decided to change it. There's no way for us to know for sure that that's what happened. You know, we also don't know if it really was like something with iSeriously sources that just kind of got goofed in the background. Again, we really have no idea, and unfortunately there is no way to know. It would not surprise me if Bandai and Akatsuki did decide to change it up to kind of pull the rug from out from under our feet. I do know that from observing their social media throughout the 6-year anniversary, they have been doing some very interesting plays that they have not done in the history of this game. And I honestly might make a video about that because I could talk about that for literally the length of a whole nother video. I think I'll probably do that. That'll just be like a discussion type piece. But nonetheless, it really makes me wonder, because the thing is that you do have to remember about these Dokkan Fests, it's not as easy as just saying that they changed it up, right? If they were ever working on Baby at all, which I assume that they are, because obviously iSeriously said that there was going to be one coming, you have to realize, right? When I'm saying that they switched it up, it's not as easy as just like a bait and switch and, you know, they just ditched all of the Baby stuff that they were working on and threw it away and started working on Super Vegeta, you know, and like came out with him in like 2 days or whatever. Obviously, if they did do that, right, assuming that Baby is real, they put him to the side for now, and then another Dokkan Fest that they've been working on or that they completed sooner or they had both ready, something of that nature, right? They put it here instead of Baby. Again, keep in mind, this is all just speculation on my part. Trying to give my best guess as to what could have happened. Again, it could have just been sources getting mixed up or, you know, sources just like being correct, but Bandai changing it. We really don't know. Or I guess it would be more so Akatsuki in this case, but we really don't know. So, regardless of all of that, this does really change the game because, and by the way, I don't mean the game as in like Dokkan Battle itself, right? We're still our good old bubble popping buff boys. What I mean is like the game of these leaks, right? Because Dokkan has been pretty unpredictable as of lately. It has been really, really difficult to predict what they're going to do next. In the past, they were so easy to predict, and a lot of these leaks were just crazy accurate with what was coming up soon. And nowadays, it just seems like that entire mentality has been flipped on its head, even from like the 5th anniversary to now, right? Being in the middle of 6th year. Like, more so, I think that mentality was a lot more prevalent during 3rd and 4th year, but still, right? I feel like it was still a little bit more solid then. Maybe just declining until where we are now. Not declining in a bad way, just declining in favor of, I guess, the dev team of, giving us surprises rather than us knowing it ahead of time or being able to give a proper guess. So, this is going to be interesting going forward, seeing if more leaks are proven incorrect going forward. It's going to be interesting to see if this happens again. It's going to be interesting to see if we get any kind of information saying that, hey, there is a Baby Dokkan Fest in the works, but, it simply was moved for this Super Vegeta, right? It will be very, very interesting to see. I honestly don't know what to make of that section. It's just, I felt like it needed to be said in the realm of, like, now we really have no idea, because in my mind, this is a turning point for this. Like, we have seen a couple of turning points throughout Dokkan history where they have become more unpredictable than ever before, but this, for me, is absolutely humongous in terms of unpredictability. From now on, going forward, there is no way we have any idea what's coming. Absolutely no way. They have proven to us time and time again, and now put the final nail in the coffin, that they are in control of this type of stuff, and we are simply in the dark. It is absolutely insane to me how things have changed over time. Now, there is one more thing that I wanted to talk about in this video, pertaining a little bit more closer to right now in terms of what's going on in Dokkan. Obviously, we will take a look at a couple of these replies because I threw up this tweet. So then, of course, we could potentially get some community responses here from y'all. But I will tell you, before we do take a look at that, whoops, you're seeing my Super Vegito potential future purchase. Or Super Vegito, Vegito Blue. The other thing that I wanted to discuss before we take a look at these, because I don't want to get too distracted by everything going on the screen here, is the potential worldwide celebration shenanigans for this. Now, of course, our leaks up until this point had been telling us that it is going to be Super Saiyan 4, Gogeta, and Omega. Now, like I just kind of gave you the lowdown, I think you understand by this point that, unfortunately, that might not be the case, because, again, my whole speech that I just had about the unpredictability. Obviously, when it comes to theming, a lot of the time they'll try and theme it before the worldwide celebration with what's going to be, coming in the worldwide celebration in terms of the theme, right? So, obviously, them dropping this, a Cell Saga unit, right before a giant GT celebration is a little bit wacky, I'm not going to lie, because it does kind of detour me from thinking that it may actually be Gogeta and Omega. The only thing is, for one, now that we know how unpredictable they can be, they could just still make it GT and it's still Gogeta and Omega, right? That could very well be the case, and I'm not putting any doubt on that, right? And please don't take me saying that I'm not putting any doubt on that as that I am. I'm really not. But what I think that brings to the table is it could be potentially something else. And granted, though, off the top of my head, I have no idea from the Cell Saga what they would do for a worldwide celebration. Nothing really comes to my head that's like a, because obviously Gohan and Cell is the main fight that would be the big celebration from that saga. So I'm really not sure, if they did decide to do a dual Dokkan Fest, especially for worldwide, because of course those LRs are always super impactful for the game. I just don't know what they would do. You can let me know in the comments section on that one for sure if you have any predictions in that regard. But I suppose that in a way, it doesn't almost surprise me that they decided to bring this guy rather than a baby unit. Only because I feel like that this is a lot better bait than baby is for this upcoming celebration, right? There are people out there who like baby, and there are some fans of him, but I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, especially from what I've seen on the TL tonight, people are way more excited for a new Super Vegeta. And I think that people just like Super Vegeta a lot more than they like baby, right? I mean, I think that's also just kind of an unfortunate circumstance of being related to Dragon Ball GT. Sorry, baby. I think it also doesn't help in that regard that we have been waiting for a proper active skill, updated animation, Final Flash Super Vegeta for a very long time. I've been hearing people talk about since the active skill mechanic got implemented that people have wanted a Final Flash Vegeta card, right? And I think it'll look amazing. Obviously, this is Super Vegeta in the shot, and there's literally no way that they don't make the active skill Super Vegeta. I think they would be absolutely insane not to make it the Final Flash, right? So, with all that being said, it's going to be interesting seeing what's coming up in the next few months here, because I don't know, like, I trust seriously with my life, but this is going to be a little bit difficult to, you know, to stick to our guns when it comes to these leaks. Again, like I said, make sure with leaks, you always take it with a grain of salt, even if it's from a trusted person, right? Everybody can get it wrong. This is really good bait, though, Bandai. I gotta say, this is a lot better bait to summon right before Worldwide and pour your stones into this than Baby would have been. I have to give you props on that one for sure. Whatever Worldwide is going to be, this is way better bait than Baby is. And that's obviously not me clowning on Vegeta. That's me more saying, like, you know, they're giving you a unit that has a lot more incentive to use your stones on. So, that being said, I think that's basically everything that I had. Let me know in the comments section below what you think of this whole situation. I kind of wanted to give my perspective on this because I figured nobody would really be talking about it from this way. And I was literally sitting there staring at the TL thinking about this, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to make a video about it since I have a million thoughts running through my mind. It'll be interesting to see what Worldwide ends up being in the end. I am still hoping myself for Gogeta and Omega. Omega definitely needs a solid card, and it would be cool to get a, well, I was going to say a more modern day Gogeta, but we do have our Int Boy. But, you know, to fit the theme of, like, the two Goku and Vegeta, you know, that then transform into a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Thank you guys so much for watching. No outro this time around since this is kind of just a news/discussion video and I wanted to get this video up quick. Hope you guys enjoyed though. Again, please leave your thoughts in the comments section. I would love to hear what you have to say. And other than that, I'll catch you in the next one. Dokkan Assets out. Peace.